All right, shalom, shalom. It's the GMS lesson. Come back at you. Before I do get into this lesson, I'm going to start by giving out honor, glory, and praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechah HaKodash. Next up, double honors to my apostles, Elders Great Millstone, taught me the 100% truth of the Bible, and who will well. Peace, love, salutations to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all diligence and sincerity. And it's just a quick hit. I'm going to jump right into it. This is Matthew 12:43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Right, so symbolically, the house represents your mind, right? And really speaking towards the brothers in this faith, in this ministry, right? We have to continue to be active in serving the Lord and being in the spirit, man, constantly. Because if not, like we're going to read in 45, that's the point. But the spirits, when we come into this truth, when we come into this faith, even those who are not in the ministry or not on the highways and byways, still, right? When we come into this faith, when we come into this truth, our house, right, is already furnished. It's furnished with what? The things of the world, BS, right? The things that we learn from this world and wickedness. So we're trying to move all that stuff out. Slowly but surely, we're trying to move all that stuff out. And when we do, even when we cut off everything that we did in the world. Now, not saying we're going to get it perfect, but we threw all that bad stuff out. Now, we have to actively continue to refurnish our house with the things that we're supposed to have in it, which is the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. As the true chosen people of the Lord, right, which are the Israelites, which consist of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We have to actively be serving the Lord, trusting the Lord, fearing the Lord. Let's get that real quick. I wanted to be a quick hit, but let me get this real quick. Right? This is Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. So we have to be strong in the Lord. Be strong in serving the Lord. Be fully persuaded in our minds that this is the truth, and give our all in serving the Lord, right? In the power of his might. Now we know that there's no battle that can't be won as long as we're serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's it. Right? Verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High. The whole armor, right? Trust in the Lord, fearing the Lord, showing our love towards the Lord, showing our faith in the Lord, right? Offering up these righteous works of faith, right? Putting on the whole armor of the Most High, turning away from the world, right? And totally submitting unto the will and the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, right? Because this devil, right, is we're fighting against demons, right? As we're about to read right here, verse 12, right? For we wrestle not in Aslakia, and to go back, right? The whole armor of the Most High, right? I didn't say and prayer. Prayer is our direct line unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? And I just want a quick testimony real quick. Not to make this long, I was on the plantation and I had made a joke. Somebody had said something about Jesus. Now, we know that wasn't his real name, but in conversation with somebody on the plantation, they were like, oh, Lord, or oh, Jesus, whatever. And I was like, don't call him now, right? Just joking. But at that point in time, just talking about that, I remembered, I had forgot to send out my prayers for that day, and I had said it out loud, not necessarily to that person. I was like, damn, I didn't send out my prayers today. And that person turned to me, and they were in another room real close to me, and they were like, well, shoot, you got to pray every day. And I was like, shoot, And even joking, I was like, shoot, man, I do. I got a lot to pray about. And as do we all. Right? And that just shows the difference between us and this faith and this truth and those in the world. Because them in the world, ultimately, if you feel like you don't have to pray, it don't have to be. We're not talking about like the Muslims. They get down on the knees on the mat and they pray 10 times a day. Sometimes we're just praying in our minds. We're just going through that every day, and we're asking the Lord for this, or we're praying that the Lord protects us for this. Hopping in the car, going to work, before we eat something. We're always constantly talking to the Lord about something. But the people in this world, they're good here, right? They have no gripe here. They have no grievances here. They love it here in this society, in this world. So, of course, they have nothing to pray about, right? And I just wanted to say that real quick. But, yeah, a prayer is included in that. If you're not praying to the Lord, you don't believe, right? Remember, brother told me that a while ago, right? Told me and some other younger brothers that a while ago. If you're not praying to the Lord, you don't believe, man. Because if you believe, the scriptures say to cast our burdens upon the Lord. Any and everything that we have a problem with, right? We give it up to the Lord, man. You say, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not into thy own understanding, right? Acknowledge him in all thy ways, and he shall direct thy path. So when we acknowledge the Lord in all our ways, man, it could be from the smallest things in our life to the most challenging things in our life, man. We're giving it all up to the Lord, man. Right? It reads on that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? Why? Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, right? Demons, right? Against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. The elites in this world, right? They're doing their rituals, their things on these private islands, getting these celebrities to these rituals, these concerts that are basically their rituals. So they're offering up their wicked acts of faith and wickedness on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we have to be offering up our righteous works of faith, man. Right? They're because what they're doing in the world is pushing off a wicked vibration, right? When they push off when they do the things that they do in this world, it makes a ripple effect spiritually. And the same thing with us. We have to counteract that, right? So, and reading on down is good, but like I said, I wanted to make this quick. I didn't want it to be too long, right? And we're gonna go back. So we're not just fighting against flesh, man. We're fighting against principalities, right, and powers, right, and the higher ups and the high elites, right, who are pushing out a wicked vibration that's trickling down to the masses, right. We're in the minority, right. Those of us as the hopeful elect, we're in the minority when it comes to pushing out a righteous vibration, man. So we're fighting against that, right. So let's go back to Matthew 12:43, right. So now the point is, if we're not actively, right, putting on that armor of the Most High, right? Oh, let me get one more. This is Romans 13. And we can start at 11, but I really want to just jump to the point. Verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand, right? So we're coming to a crossroads here, man. This rulership which is being ran in wickedness, right? It's at its end, right? And the day is at hand, right? The day of the Lord, the day of the Lord's return, and all that it includes, right? The day of the Lord isn't just the day of his return, but all the days leading up, this transition of power that's going on. And so there's going to be, this spiritual battle is reaching its climax, man, right? Fighting these demons, right? Going through what we're going through, these lows, because when we get attacked by these demons and these lows in our life, that's a part of that, man. Right, and it's not gonna stop, right, until when? Until the Lord returns, right. The night is far spent; the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. So we're casting off the ways of this world. Remember, going back to cleaning out that house, right? We're all that the house was furnished with all that wickedness and BS that we learned from the world. Where it's a marathon, not a sprint. We're casting out all these pieces that was in the house before. We're tossing it out. We're tossing it out, and once we clear the house, right? What? And let us put on the armor of light. So what? We're refilling that house. Now we can go back to we're putting off the ways of this world, right? And now, what? We're putting on the armor of light. We're refurnishing the house with new furniture, right? Spiritually speaking. Now we're putting the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in our house, in our minds, in our ways, right? And we're doing the things that the Lord commanded us to do, and are putting our best foot forward and serving the Lord. That's it. Now, if we don't, this is what happens. Verse 45. If we're not actively standing in the Spirit, right? Man, that's another good one too. I really wanted to keep it short. It's another one. Let me see real quick. Back in Ephesians. What's the 5 and 14? Yep. Shoot, man. We're just gonna start at 14. Salakia. It's the Spirit. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead. Right? Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead. Right? And the dead is what? And our people, right? Us as a nation, we were asleep, right? And we were amongst the congregation of the dead. He that wandereth out of the way of understanding, he remaineth amongst the congregation of the dead, right? Which is these heathens and the way that this world is being pushed in wickedness right now, that wicked vibration, right? Because it's being ruled by the heathens, right? And arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light, right? Verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly. Circ meaning around, right? Circle. And spect meaning to look. So we're looking around, right? We're watching, we're looking, we're paying attention spiritually, right? Measuring up the times diligently in itself. We're looking at the prophecies. We're seeing what's going on around us, and literally as well, right? We need to be paying attention to our surroundings, right? Right? Even literally, because the things that go on spiritually manifest in real life. So, we got to be paying attention, right? Can't be just logs sitting around, not paying attention, right? Not as fools, but as wise. Coming into this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, we understand that, right? Verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. The times that we're in and that we're about to embark on, it's only going to get worse from here. And it's bad now. Right? The scriptures say that in the last days, perilous times shall come. So we're in the last days right now, and perilous goes into dangerous, full of risk, right? And if you think it's bad now, it's only going to get worse from here on out. Not even at this climax yet, right? So what we're redeeming the time, right? We're doing everything that we can, right? To what? To clean out that house, right? To clean out our minds, right? Being washed with this word and returning and repenting and getting right with the Lord, right? Verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, right? Verse 18, this is the point. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, right? And we can take that literal, right? We don't want to be drunkards out here just drinking, but we're talking spiritually. Right? The wine is the ways and the philosophies of this world, right? So we're not getting drunk off of this Babylon